Now we're gonna make our first stitch. We're gonna do what's called a chain stitch. So hold on to everything so that the hook is in front of the working yarn and rotate the tip of the hook to face you. Now you're gonna do what's called a yarn over. That means you're gonna bring the yarn over the top of the hook from the back to the front of the hook. Sometimes people get confused about the direction, so the other way you can think of that is as though you are pushing the hook into the yarn. And your goal is to grab onto that working yarn with your hook. Now we need to pull this yarn through the loop that's on the hook. And my 2 tips on how to do that are, 1, make sure you're holding onto this slip knot, gives you more control when you're holding your piece close to the hook. And 2, you're gonna wanna pull your hook and that knot in opposite directions. So I'm pulling the hook this way and I'm pulling the knot that way. And I'm also going to rotate the tip of my hook down 90 degrees as I bring it through the loop, because I'm trying to match the shape of that loop, so to minimize the chance that my hook will get stuck. The moment I clear that loop, I'm gonna rotate my hook to face me again, and then I'm gonna push my hook off to my yarn hand so that the loop that I just made is now nice and secure on my hook. I'm also gonna pull my hook away from the stitch I just made because I wanna make the loop on it a little bigger. And I wanna check that this loop is a good size, not too tight and not too loose. The way to check that it's not too tight is to rotate your hook down 90 degrees again to mimic the shape of that loop, and then see if you can easily take your whole hook out of that loop. If it's difficult, then just pull your hook away from your piece a bit more. All right, so you've made 1 chain stitch, hooray! And you can tell because you can see this horizontal V that you just made over here. Okay, now let's make a second chain stitch to follow this pattern. So notice how I moved my yarn hand I moved my thumb and middle finger of my yarn hand to again be as close to the hook as possible. I didn't leave it down here by the slip knot because then my yarn might move around as I'm crocheting. So I adjusted my grip here, and we're gonna again do that yarn over. So your hook is in front of the working yarn, bring the yarn over the top of the hook, pull the hook and the piece away from each other as you rotate the hook down 90 degrees and bring it through the loop that's on the hook. Rotate your hook to face you again and push it off to your yarn hand. And then pull the hook a little bit away from you as well. And then do that check to make sure that you can easily take your whole hook out.